So this is training from Friday the 29th of January. This session was slightly different to normal. I only trained legs and I had the goal to hit a heavy single for my squat. So I didn't mess around to start off with. All I did was a nice warm-up set with the bar, and then I went on to doubles for a variety of weights, starting at 60, then 70, then 90, then 110. This was just so I was as little fatigued as possible. I knew I was going to do these two heavy working sets and then some back off sets, so I wasn't worried. All I wanted to do was warm up and get used to the heavy weight. Then I did a single at 130, which felt extremely good. No worries there. I used my belt for this set and the final set. If I was going to do a double at 130, I think I could have had some carryover fatigue for my final set, which I didn't want. And then I went on to my set with 145. So this is a PB. I've scored 140 before. I've got just a single out. I never attempted more. So it walked out, felt pretty good. The first rep, again, not the most difficult thing I've ever done, and then I failed for the second rep. I was pretty happy with the lift. It's 2 times my body weight. I'm weighing about 72 kilos depending on the day, but I will be looking to try and hit 150 in the next couple of months maybe. After my top set, I did a couple of back off sets at 110 for 4 reps, which was a high intensity. I was definitely feeling the fatigue from the heavy sets. The first thing I'm worried about when I'm squatting is that I'm hitting depth, and I'm also nice and strong and stable at the bum. I don't want to be bouncing, I don't want to be wobbling. If I am, I know I'm lifting too heavy and I need to drop the weight or the reps. The second thing I'm worried about is when I'm squatting that my knees and my hips are controlled. I don't want loads of movement with my hips, and I don't want my knees to start caving in. If they are, I need to consciously activate the right muscles to fight against it. The third thing I'm worried about when I'm squatting is to make sure my upper back, my lats and my lower back and core are all working together to support throughout the lift. I don't want any of these to be loose, because when I'm at the bottom, when I'm trying to produce that power, I'm going to be unstable and unable to complete the lift. And I know if I have all these 3 things down, I'm going to be at my strongest and I'm going to be at my safest, even whilst I'm squatting heavy weights. After my squat, I only did one more exercise to try and focus the hamstrings and glutes a little bit more than in the squat, which I chose to do a RDL, so a Romanian deadlift with dumbbells. Now I did about 5 sets of 12 reps, trying to keep the tempo a little bit slower, really focusing, get a nice stretch at the bottom and then drive through. Now, one of the downsides for lifting so heavy and in the low rep range is the toll it has on your nervous system and the fatigue it's going to cause your muscles, which is why I only got to do 2 exercises. It was still a really hard session that took over an hour, but the amount of volume I fitted into that session and the amount of working sets was still quite low. So for muscle growth and hypertrophy, it's not an optimal way to train, which is why I'm going to do it every couple of months, because I enjoy it and I care about my strength. And it's time to rest up over the weekend now and look to come back next week, hit some normal sessions, get bigger, get stronger.